How about that Hickalo on the commentary, hey? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod, the podcast open to everyone, especially Mr. Gabriel Kidd and Mr. Hanare. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the NeverOpenPod, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. And hello to the listeners. I'm excited today. We're going to talk about Road to the New Beginning shows. And maybe one of these days it's going to begat.
Yeah, there will be a beginning that will have begun and have a middle and an ending at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. We'll be talking about those two shows. But first, there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Tweety. We're still there. We don't tweet as much as we used to because no one's fucking there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Drews for Tweets. Collectively, we are at NeverOpenPod. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod@gmail.com. We're also on the YouTubes. Look us up. Never Open Podcast. You can see our handsome faces as we talk shit about New Japan. So there is that. And also, if you got any of that Sasha Banks money, I love doing that. Kick it our way. We have a Teespring store. You can get merch. See this banner behind me? If you're watching the thing, you can get merch that'll make you look never as fuck.
It's true. And Luke, today I am wearing this lovely number, which is sure to confuse your friends and family. And it just says never as fuck. And it's got our logo on it. And it says established 2020. See that? See
That's
that?
it.
People
4 years
listening?
ago.
See that? Yeah, we've been around a little while. We're getting ready to celebrate our 4th anniversary, which would mean we'd be starting our 5th year.
I'm holy fuck. I'm wearing a shirt that says "Give Quiche a chance."
I think we should. I think people should.
Yeah, do that. Give it a chance. There's a couple news little bits and tidbits. One makes me go, "That's fucking weird," and all that. And I don't know much about it, so but I do want to see your reaction to it. One of the fucking like higher ups that's been with Stardom for donkey's years. Well, he was on his way out. Well, it turns out they couldn't wait for him to leave, so they fucking threw his ass out the door because apparently he's been trying to poach talent. Poach them where? I did ask Mr. Ian that, and he says he's not 100%, but maybe the WWE and all that kind of stuff might be why Julia is acting weird or in such and such.
Yeah. What I read in my, because I read all the dirt sheets. I get my hands all dirty, my eyes all dirty, and I'm reading them sheets. But what I heard was that he, this guy whose name we definitely know, and that's what we're just not saying it because we know it so well. But that guy, he's starting his own promotion, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I have no idea. It's like one of those things you hear about it and you think, oh, is that guy an asshole? I don't know, because Julia is not going to go to WWE now at first. She's going to help this guy start the new promotion and then go to WWE. So I'm a little confused about that. I don't really understand this guy's history in Japanese pro wrestling, but I will say, Japanese pro wrestling has a history of working together and hating each other too. So, maybe this is just another, page in the book of Japanese pro wrestling.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of pages of Japanese wrestling, someone hasn't stopped putting fucking pages in their book and feathers in their caps, because another nice little piece of news is Satoshi Kojima is proving once and for all, that we're on a shadow of a doubt, that he's king of the dads. Why? Because he is the new MLW World Heavyweight Champion. How's that sound?
That's pretty cool. Major League Wrestling based out of Florida. Yeah. Shockingly, it's in Florida, which is not where you expect to find wrestling.
No. So it's nice and easy for him to get there. Just lariats his way across the ocean. So good.
Yeah, he
And his
was.
first. See what his first title match is.
Yeah, it's Minoru Suzuki, which cool. Mr. Brett's gonna whoop his ass. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Not gonna watch it.
No.
But he Satoshi Kojima, Mr. Bread, as we affectionately refer to him as, he was one of, if not the first, one of the first MLW champions when they were running in like the 2010s, I believe, because this is like the second iteration of MLW. Like Court Bauer runs that place and other guys.
And miscellaneous people.
Mm-hmm.
I love them misc people.
Who's that?
Do songs about them. So there are a couple injuries, but we can talk about them as we go through the shows if you like.
Yeah, but there's also huge news about Windy City Fart, and it turns out that the Windy City gas, it's gonna have the guy that's a rebel. What is he now? He's the scapegoat. And that is the guy who is from AEW, who is a Jungle Boy. So
yes.
he's going to wrestle at the Windies.
Yes, he is. So he's got a name like the Scapegoat. He's got a heel character and stuff. Is this just a way to get him into Bullet Club or something? I don't know, man. What's going on?
That's what you were saying. And I mean, I hadn't really thought about that, but okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? A main roster AEW person being in Bullet Club. I know it doesn't really play any kind of role for Jay White, really, right? I mean,
Jay White is in a group called Bullet Club Gold, aka the Bang Bang Gang. Now that they're aligned with the Acclaimed, now that the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Oh my god!
Shut your face! I like it.
Terrible.
I know. I'm lapping it up. But Jay White's getting pretty good, man. He's getting over pretty nice. I like it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad
he's not the world champion and the main guy for every single moment of every episode, which is kind of what I'd want. But
that's fucking bullshit. But I did see recently they debuted a new member for their group, and it was another cardboard cutout, but this time it's of Juice Robinson. And I was like, whatever, I was on my phone or watching it on my computer, I just shut it off immediately and screamed out the window.
Yeah. Apparently, Mr. Andy only likes fun in wrestling and silly things in wrestling when it's people like Ishimori or Great Khan doing a fucking fit challenge and shit.
Yeah, that's fun. not Jay White. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Well, okay, so the reason I will give you a reason why I don't like that, and it's because what's the thing they always say? Okay, right behind me is a guy. You see that guy on the wall right there? That is no way Jose. What's wrong with his gimmick, Luke? You've said it before. Last time I brought him up to you. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, it's like a gimmick they give someone, and you're just like, well, that guy's never going to be champion.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but Bang Bang Scissor Gang, I see that the same way. So I'm sure I'm wrong, and I'm just a fucking old piece of shit yelling out the window. But it's okay.
If I could reach through the internet and choke you right now for comparing our boy Switchblade Jay White to No Way Jose, give you a fucking double back fist ninja spin kick up in here, like your face.
Hey, we're having fun,
Yeah, that is true. Let's have some more fun. And just one nice little tidbit before we get to the fireworks factory of the new beginning that hasn't begun yet because we're on the road to it. There's lots of roads. All roads lead to the new beginning, but they're all
this
scenic,
one does.
They're all scenic roads.
This one does, but there's road to Wrestle Kingdom. There's even the road to New Japan sometimes. So,
well, we know that a certain dude that we've interacted with has lost a lot of weight, and not only has he now lost a lot of weight, he's entered the ring again, and apparently looking mighty fucking fine. He looks jacked. He looks fucking good. Talking about our buddy, Mr. Gino, a Gambino. He's looking fucking great, isn't he?
Yeah, man. I guess he appeared in a battle royal or something like that, kind of like a Royal Rumble style match in one of the promotions in Australia, and he killed some guy. I mean, just murdered this guy. And it appears, I could be wrong, but it appears that this version of his character is kind of serious because he came out and just fucked that dude up, and it was like it wasn't no joke. What do you think? I mean, is he world champion material? He doesn't have the goofy gimmick anymore. So
that's right. See, like when I first saw him at the Dragonfly, I think I mentioned this when we spoke to him. He was Juicy Gino Gambino, and he had this like comedy Italian kind of character. He was a big boy, so obviously he ate all the Italian food his mum gave him, all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, and then a few years later, I went with a mate of mine to see him in the city, actually, rather than the suburbs near me, and he just wrecked some guy's shit, and we're just like, oh, okay, I like this guy a lot more. He's funny, man. He's a funny man, but I like seeing him throw his weight around a bit more. And,
well,
it's great.
He has less weight to throw around too. I mean, the guy looks unbelievable, and congratulations to him. And Chris Charlton continues to say throughout these shows that Gino's going to be joining, and he keeps saying like for every single show of the New Japan Cup. It's just the way he says it makes me think he's joking. And so I don't have confirmation from the man himself. Maybe I should just ask him, and he'd probably tell me. I just, I don't like bothering people, you know.
Neither of us do. We don't do other podcasts or anything like that. We don't have that many guests on. It's like, just let us do our thing.
Yeah, people have asked us to come on their podcast and stuff. We're just like, no.
Look, we're just two besties want to hang out, all right, guys? Like, come on. We're sorry.
I'm sure they're all wonderful people. Not trying to be a dick, but we just do our own thing here, and that's kind of what we do.
I saw a photo of Josh the Stiffy Boy with our boy Marty Asami, and I was like, fucking nice.
Damn, that's pretty cool. Wow.
I was like, you could have gotten that motherfucker could have gotten a photo with like, I don't know, all of the best my favorite wrestlers, Doki, all these kind of motherfuckers, and I'm just like, whoa, Marty Asami.
I mean.
Doki might have made me a bit jealous too, but that was fucking cool.
What would it be like if, let's say, me and you somehow we went to a show together and we met Marty Asami? Do you think, I would lose my fucking mind. Like, I would be so fired up, and I would imagine that's probably would be quite an experience for him. You know, I would love it too, of course, but like meeting two people that are just obsessed with you for no apparent reason. Well, there's many reasons, but I would assume he's not used to that. So
I kind of wish my shirt now said "give."
Well, that's what happens after you eat too many quiches. You got to give up, So
all right, so we're almost at the fireworks factory. We did have some kind of reviews and things, right? Is that right?
That's right. So normally we will, look up on the interconnected tubes that information travels through. We will look for Google reviews of the venues where the wrestling is happening. But in this case, it is Kurgan Hall, and we've read many reviews, and honestly, there aren't a whole lot of funny ones either. So, it's all like, oh, this place is amazing. It's like a holy grail. It's like the greatest thing ever. It's close to the train station. The toilet is good,
there's ample parking.
I don't want to hear any of that shit. So, so last time we looked up, reviews for Bushi's Chicken Place, and I know one other New Japan Pro wrestler who has his own restaurant, and that is, of course, Toru Yano. So I looked up some Google reviews of his restaurant that is called Ebrietas. And Luke, I believe I sent one to you. Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct. This is for Yano's restaurant, everyone, which is called Ebrietas, Ebrietas. Make of that what you will. Mm-hmm. We're trying our best. It's not a Japanese word, and it's kind of weird. It's not English either. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. I think it means Yano's restaurant food place.
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't say Yano, but all right, cool. I visited at my son's request. Yano's homemade pizza was exquisite. Mr. Yano can also visit each customer's table and talk about various things so everyone can enjoy drinking happily. They graciously agreed to take photos, and my son was also very happy. I visited with my family and we all became fans of Yano. I will come again to see Yano. 5 stars.
5 stars. What a fucking mark!
Second time he goes there, Yano's not there, or Yano's in a bad mood or something. Had to fire someone and they're short-staffed, and Yano's like, fuck you on!
He's like, the toilet's bad, to I hate everything about it. It's so far away from the train station.
You know what he does to bad customers?
Oh, ball shot, right? Fair play. Yeah.
In the nuts,
That's right.
yeah.
Last is when they're not expecting it. Like as soon as the waiter's head is turned and they're not looking, boom, So I thought that was fun. We'll see. We have another one that we'll read out later. But Luke, this first show, Road to New Beginning, was at Kurgan Hall. We have Chris Charlton on the call. But we also have like a little skit before, right?
Yes, we do.
It's fun.
I mean, we find out that day that Jeff Cobb is injured. So we know he's injured. So when he's out there at the start, we're like, all right, he's going to tell us he's injured, which we already know. And then, of course, the War Dogs come out. Oh, and they take him out like what happened to Wato with Show the other night. All right, well, let's do it again. And they all take out Jeff Cobb before the Empire can save him. The Empire's fucking going, isn't it? Unless they've got a big name, they're hiding somewhere to fucking be like, all right, we're the Empire, let's go, which is probably what they need. I see them kind of dissolving.
I mean, they need, to just get Marty. I mean, Marty would just make it all much better. It's like, come on, just let him lead the United Empire. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Just have Marty ref every match too. That'd be awesome.
I mean, you mentioned big names. I was just, that's the first one to pop up.
Oh my goodness. All right. So at first we've got Bolton Oleg, Yoshihashi, Togi Makabe, Desperado, El Desperado, and Shooter Umino. And I'm like, Oleg, Despi, and Shooter, you need better friends. Anyway, they're tagging up against House of Torture. It's all of them. It's evil. Dick Togo, Yujiro, Ren Narita, and Show. That fucking son of a bitch, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So seeing Oleg double suplex Kanemaru and Show is pretty cool. Then we see those gut wrenches on Show, which is always nice. I wonder if Show could do that. He's a pretty jacked dude himself. Anyway.
He could do it to Marty.
I didn't watch this live because this was on the night of my wedding anniversary. So
happy anniversary to you and Charity. Tremendous.
Thank you so much.
And Wilma. Wilma is in there too. So.
She was there. We took her for a walk and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get to watch this live, so you told me the show was awesome. And then I'm watching the first match, and I'm seeing Yoshihashi and Makabe doing double team moves on people, and I'm like, bitch, are you for real? And then we get a sequence with Yoshihashi and Yujiro Takahashi, and I'm like, bitch, are you for real? But Togo grabs Makabe's chain and uses it on him, but only for a second, because Makabe is not, he doesn't.
Powers out immediately. He ain't playing that shit,
Makabe does some Makabe shit though, and then just to cheer me up and to prove Mr. Guy right that it is going to be a good night of wrestling, we get an Everything is Evil on Togi Makabe for the 1, 2, 3 Despy Chasers show. And and then here we go, Mr. Guy.
Yeah.
Evil. Mm-hmm. He defaces the Never Open Championship.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. I
think it's funny.
It. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna give me a story where like we didn't want to go in this direction, but we're in this direction, we might as well have fun with it. He's defaced the title and he's throwing it around. He's been a bit of a Naito with it, been a bit of a dick. So I kind of want him to lose it, but maybe hold on to it a bit just to piss people off. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's the hot title now, so
that's it.
It's hot as fuck.
Welcome to the Hot Podcast, hosted by two hotties. All right, let's go.
I thought that match was fun,
Yeah.
Something that made me laugh was that after Makabe powers out instantly of the being chained, he cannot be chained, and so there was a little tiny Makabe chant, a little tiny one. The crowd's like, yeah, it's like there's like 5 people that were happy about that. So
and it took House of Torture cheating to get it happening though, didn't it?
Yeah, well, and they may have been being sarcastic too. So if that's the case, I love them. So that's
Makabe.
So we also learn right now that Maya Iwatani, who is the IWGP champion, women's champion, I believe, she's going to face Okawa at the New Beginning. Which one? We don't know. So I think February 11th, though, but I'm not sure. So that's a thing that we learned. Next, Luke, we have a match. It is Chase Owens, Ishimori, and Kenta versus ELP, Hikuleo, and Hanma. And I'm happy that Hanma's there. But Chase walks over to Chris Charlton. He says, "Where's Walker?" It's really funny. And Kenta gives it too sweet to the Kenta cosplay guy, which is like, hey, he actually acknowledged him, which is shocking. So they're probably bros. But Ishimori, he kind of apes Chase's entrance. He does this on both these nights when Chase does his little pew pew, like Ishimori just right next to him. It's like right in his face, and it's kind of funny.
And he does it cooler.
He does.
I mean,
he looks
look at the two gentlemen and ask people who don't watch wrestling which one of these guys is cooler, and I bet you 10 out of 10 people will be like the small Japanese man. He's definitely
Marty.
Cooler. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Marty Asami.
So the baby faces in this match, they hand out belts to the fans, and Bullet Club are like all mad about it. And so Kenta versus ELP start, and we get a chant off. And then ELP starts a Sakamoto chant, which Marty's backstage, and he's very upset about that because no one's starting a Marty chant, are they? Fucking bullshit. So bullshit. And plus ELP kissing the ref's ass as a babyface. Come on, man. Don't be doing that. So.
Don't be that guy.
Ishimori wants to start with ELP, but gives him the back of disrespect. Like, basically, he's like, I'm going to turn around and not even look at you. Only, guess who's behind him? Oh, it's Hikuleo. Ha, ha, ha. So they do wrestling.
He's so short and he's so tall. Wow.
I know. It's so funny. Can you believe it? So Hanma,
next night too.
Hanma does a high five with Hikuleo. That's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. So he doesn't have hops. And he's really like selling it, like he's worried leaving the ground. You know what I mean?
Like,
he's like, I don't know.
It's like when he dogs is like, all right, come jump in the car. It's about as high as the bed. Come on.
I love that thing where a cat will jump, but it doesn't get anything underneath it, and it just kind of disappears. Like it tries to jump off the bed or something. That's fun. But we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is this match, and Ishimori walks over to ELP and gives him the purple nurples. Now, listen, it shouldn't work. That would be much funnier if it didn't work. If ELP was like, doesn't work, because that's my move, you see. But
then you'd be stealing Greater Khan's shit, because Greater Khan was just like,
yeah, that's right. He liked it.
And shit. I'm sorry, everyone had to say that.
You're the only one that remembers that. So, so then after the purple nurple, he does the stand on the crotch thing in the corner. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Crowd's booing him. So, of course, we get a bunch of heat on ELP. Bullet Club all try to do something, but it doesn't work. So I don't know what that means. So faces do a triple Kokeshi. Oh, they try Kokeshis. That's what it is. It's just not spelled right in my notes, and it's spelled like something. I don't know what it is. So they try Kokeshis. They don't work. So the faces do a triple Kokeshi on Chase Owens. That made me happy. And ELP takes out Ishimori, clearing the way for Hanma to do the big Kokeshi, but he doesn't. He does a rocket Kokeshi, but Chase Owens is holding the Defy Championship, and Hanma knocks himself out. Package pile driver pins Hanma. Chase Owens gets the win. We got to heat him up for this big title match because he's going to win.
Look, can't we just have anyone else pin Hanma on that side? We knew Hanma was going to lose, but can't it be anyone else?
Kenta? Ishimori? Ishimori. Yeah. Sorry.
I like this. I like this story. We got all these feuds going on between the heavyweight tag teams. there's this mini feud going on between El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori, because the Bullet Club cuties and all that, and Ishimori is just like still pulling out those dick bag moves and stuff. So I wonder if that's gonna bite him on the ass in the next night.
Maybe. I wonder, he needs to start doing back rakes. Why not? Like, you're doing the purple nurples, you're doing the stand on the crotch. I mean, this just reminds me. Remember that thing that Zack Sabre Jr., the Techers, and Taichi would do, where they'd be beating the shit out of somebody, and they get him. They're like, basically got him in some hole in the corner, and they throw their arms up, but they were still like beating him up with their feet or something. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, like there's 2 feet on the throat, their legs are being held back.
Ref's
and
like,
then the ref falls
2.
for a sec, breaks a kick. What? Hey, and then
that was fun. I missed that.
Fucking awesome. All right. So next we have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryosuke Taguchi, Ishii, and Yo versus TMDK, which is Zack Sabre Jr., Shane Haste, Mike Nichols, and Kosei Fujita. For some reason, Mr. Haste is in some kind of yellow coat and directing TMD traffic to the ring. Okay, that happened. An anorak, though, is what Chris called it. I guess that's the UK name for
raincoat.
A raincoat, yeah. Just the coat will do. No, anorak. Fucking anorak. Man. Anyway, I like seeing Zack Sabre Jr. turn an ass attack into a submission and then spanking Taguchi, which is kind of funny. There's Fujita outwitting Yo, which is fucking cool, because anyone outwitting Yo is okay in my book. Zack Sabre Jr. and Fujita keep snap suplexing Yo, snap suplex tag, and then fucking Shane's just like, hey, I want to snap suplex Yo. Get on, tag me in. So they tag Shane Hasty, and he gets a fucking snap suplex, and Mikey's like, what am I, chopped liver? Fucking let me have a go. And just instead, he puts Yo up in a stalling suplex. And that was probably the greatest spot in the history of wrestling. Just watching Yo get suplexed and suplexed and suplexed.
But Yo's reaction to getting suplexed was
oh
amazing.
My god!
Like
he's selling it. He's selling it, and by the time Mikey comes in to give him another suplex, like Yo's on the ground begging off, going like, "Come on, man, my back, no more. Come on."
Crowd love that.
Yeah, so I give a lot of shit to Yo, but he was very entertaining in that spot indeed. Ishii comes in the clear house and get the crowd pumped up, and Fujita, he takes a double drop kick to the legs, but from Ishii and Tanahashi, which is something you don't see every day, like Ishii doing drop kicks.
Yeah.
Which is very rare. Zack Sabre Jr. takes some awesome offense by Taguchi, especially it kind of starts when because Zack Sabre Jr. early in the match is like, not falling for this ass stuff, get out of here. Well, Zack Sabre Jr. goes towards the corner pad to kind of rebound off it, kick it with his leg, rebound off it, and hit Taguchi, bang, right into that ass.
It was like a never fucking ass attack. Like it looked, it looked like it was stiff as fuck. I was like, wow, that was awesome.
Oh yeah. So Taguchi goes, all right, I'm on a good thing now, and starts working Zack Sabre Jr. with that ass. It's fucking awesome, especially because Zack Sabre Jr. is the guy who can get out of all sorts of things. So you just think he's just going to turn around and bite Taguchi on that ass. Yes, it is. All right, so Taguchi, yeah, he suffers because he decides to set up the Ho Train ass spot with Tanahashi, but no, Tanahashi eats his ass, and then TMDK punish that ass. Wow. And what makes me laugh is Shane Haste and I think at least a couple other TMDK guys hit Taguchi's ass with their arms, and then they sell their arms. So that was fucking awesome. It made me laugh. Taguchi, he does eventually start getting some revenge on Zack Sabre Jr., hitting some submissions, but that's never going to last too long. Zack turns it around into a kind of a rear naked choke, I think, and chokes out Taguchi really quick.
I really liked the finish of that match. It was fun. Zack Sabre Jr. was down, and Taguchi fired up like it was a big main event like match. He's doing that whole thing, and he's turning around, look at the crowd. The crowd's like, yeah. So he fucking gets Zack Sabre Jr. in the ankle lock. Oh, he's gonna win. And he swirls his hips. He goes for the Muda lock reverse, but no, it's reversed immediately by Zack Sabre Jr. And Taguchi has to tap out right away. So pretty fun. I really enjoyed that match. It was good. So
me too.
That's like when this show starts to get good. It's like that match, and then everything else afterwards is like fucking insane, including the next match, which Luke is in fact just 5 guys versus Los Ingobernables de Japón. And, it's all of them. So we get Naito. He sits in the crowd and taunts Sonata from the crowd. and it's great because Sonata looks like he's trying not to laugh, which, I mean, ever since he's joined Just 5 Guys, he's actually emoting with his face. We know you can't train your face, but he's done something. So LIJ attack. And Naito is on the outside. He's got Sonata in a hold, and he uses Milano's arm to like get leverage on the hold, and it's hilarious. It's so funny.
I love that.
So we're like, everybody's fighting on the outside, but Doki and Hiromu are like, we're going to wrestle a match. So they get in the ring and just fucking tear it up. We also forgot to mention that ELP has joined commentary with Chris Charlton, and he's good, of course. He mentions that Hiromu's crazy return match versus Doki. He also says that New Japan is very faction-y. It's like, okay, that's a dumb thing to say, but okay. So Bushi and Taka Michinoku, they tag in, and they are fucking killing it too. And that's Taichi and Shingo's turn. It's so good. This rules. Just 5 guys hit their quad Yakuza kick thing where they like all like get together, like they're scrumming and then just run at them. that's very unique.
That's
no one else
cool.
does that. So, and ELP watches that and he looks at Chris and goes, 4 boots. And Chris is like, that's right, 4 boots. I thought that was funny. So LIJ respond to the 4 boots by hitting a 5-way move of their own on Taka, I believe. So Taichi tries to tag in, but Yuya pushes him away because he wants to fight Tsuji. So these two go at it. It's a fast-paced, fantastic pro wrestling that we've seen from them. And all of a sudden, Yuya slips on an armbar and Tsuji taps out immediately. And this shocks the world in Kurikan Hall. Most of the crowd do not like it, though. They're like, fuck that. That guy's a piece of shit. I love Tsuji. I only care about Naito and his friends. So, but now Yuya taunts Naito after the match because Naito's trying to get his belt, the heavyweight championship. And Yuya's kind of like staring at Tsuji, staring him down from in the ring, but he kind of stands in Naito's way. And so Naito plays it up, and he can't get his belt. So, and then something really fun happens. All of a sudden, the Just 5 Guys theme plays, and right on the beat, Taichi, I mean, he's so precise with it. He takes his pants off to the beat, and I was fired up, man. That's so great.
Love that you were fired up after the match had finished. Man, all their matches are awesome. Just wait till the main event of the next night. In fact, it might have the best match of the next night. LIJ and Just 5 Guys. Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention it, but it is mentioned, I think, during the ELP, that match with ELP and Chasing Cancer and shit, that, hey, we're going to get a GOD versus GOD match at some point. So stay tuned for that, boys and girls.
Yeah, that's going to be on one of these like new beginning shows. It's like Tama Tonga's going to like go out fighting his buddies. So, okay, I'm not mad about that. I'd rather see that than him face Evil again or something like that. House of Torture. So,
yeah, go out putting his buddies over. Why not? That sounds pretty cool to me. All right, so fucking hell. The next match is a replacement match. It was supposed to be the Android versus Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb's got an injury, so instead it is the android versus the great Okan. So Alex comes out first, and he picks up the steel step things and goes like this to the young lion. I'm gonna fucking hit you with it. But nah, he just makes the dude flinch and just clubs him in the back instead. Ishimori's on commentary, and ELP's like, "Hey!"
He gets mad. That's so funny. He's like, "What? Why is he over there?" I like that. That's fun.
Great Okan, he gets Alex in the corner, and he does his corner pose. And then, just to add insult to injury, starts doing fucking squats on the fucking on Alex's head, which is awesome. And then Alex does something I don't expect him to. He starts doing a whole bunch of really cool mat wrestling on Great Okan. Even hits this bridging submission. All right, I'm more used to you tossing dudes around, but I can get behind this.
But it's like power mat wrestling.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know how to describe that, but that's what he's doing. Power mat wrestling.
He's putting you in that position, and you're fucking staying there while he's putting you in a hold. God damn it! Like,
well, and then he might lift you and put you in a different hold, and then bridge while he's suplexing you and also putting a hold on you. So
he goes for a bow and arrow. He doesn't quite get it, so he hits this bridging submission thing, then wrenches Great Okan's body, and then boom, hits the fucking bow and arrow. I'm like, all right, Alex C. All right. Alex goes for a suplex, but Great Okan hits one of his own. There's like this awesome grappling sequence. They just looks like they're roughhousing and stuff, just like grappling for position. It's awesome. Great Okan starts getting his match hit in though. He's got the the lay down arm choke thing that he does. Alex, he makes it to the ropes, and then boom, hits a release German, a huge fall away slam by Alex, and then Alex clubs Great Okan back down with a lariat. Alex tries for a gut wrench, but he eats a gut wrench of his own. And let us commence the suplex battle. You're going to get this kind of suplex. I'm going to get up, roll up, and give you this kind of suplex. They suplex the shit out of each other. I'm eating that shit up. Damn straight I am. Alex wins the suplex battle because Great Okan just kind of collapses onto the mat.
Well, it's because he's so fit.
That's right.
He just collapsed.
Yeah.
I love that. That's part of his character now. It's great.
Oh my god, he's the fittest man in New Japan for sure. There's it's kind of like a Death Valley driver kind of slam for 2 for Alex. Great Okan hits back with like a standing lariat and a TTD. Great Okan, he turns a jackhammer into a dragon suplex. There's an eliminator, and Great Okan, he gets the win. So doesn't means the booking probably wasn't going to be changed that too much here. Probably Cobb was supposed to win here as well, something like that maybe. Great match though. It was 2 big dudes doing big shit on each other. My phrasing there is not too good. They did not do big shits on each other. But yeah, awesome grappling, awesome mat work. Then finish it off with power move after power move before the finish. I fucking love this match. It's great. The next one's probably going to overshadow it, so I'm glad it's here, but it's still really good stuff.
I really like this a lot, and like it didn't necessarily just whet the appetite. I thought it was fantastic. Like, and what's funny is that, like, I don't know what's funny, but what is a thing is that when they were like, "Oh, Jeff Cobb's out and Great Okan's in," I didn't go like, "Oh, what? Okay." No, I was like, well, just as good.
Cool.
Like, I was like, it's the same thing. In fact, I'm a little more interested. I know what Jeff Cobb can do. Of course, we want to see that match at some point, but I thought I was a little more interested to see how Great Okan was going to handle that because he has his own power mat wrestling. He has his own like stuff like this, and the fact that he was able to win and also get some of that shit in as far as the character stuff, I really like that. There was a couple kind of like, parts where they were like not on the same page a little bit. They had to really struggle to get into that, ripcord arm drag, like over the shoulder arm drag. I don't know why they just couldn't get to it, but they finally did. And it was fine. And also something interesting is that Alex Coughlin, I don't know why, but he almost died on the Dominator. I don't know why. It's like it's up, it's down, but he tried to do a different bump or something. And he almost got killed. It was wild.
He went fucking splat.
That was fun. He's fine, But All right, Luke, here it is. This is the match everybody's been talking about. You mentioned it at the start of the show. They are, in fact, welcome. And there's only one man that's tall enough to ref this match, and that is referee Chumpy Marty Asami. So this match is, in fact, Gabe Kidd versus Hanari. Now, we've seen them wrestle each other in these tag matches, and, like, as soon as they touch, it's like, wow, I want to see that. You know, it's like one of those things you see them start touching, and they're killing each other, and you're like, well, this match needs to happen.
I want to go to there.
And here we are. We are there. So ELP shushes Chris during Hanari's entrance. Thank you very much. You should have kept shushing him. Because, like, it's because ELP likes the song. But, like, to me, it's like, just let the guys come out.
He pretty much shuts Chris down by, this song fucking rules, Chris.
Yeah. So I was like, cool. So you know how this match is going to start. They just run at each other, and it's immediately, fast, heavyweight, like Never style action. And Hanari gets his lip busted immediately right out of the gate, right? So it's already bleeding, and they take a quick, like, little break after this. And I was kind of surprised by this because this insane opening exchange, he gets busted open. They go to the outside, and they just kind of stand there and look at each other a little bit. And but then they get back in for more heavyweight shit, and the hostilities are resumed on the outside as well. It's move for move, like heavyweight shit. That's what they're doing, move for move, guardrail for guardrail. Hanari hits a calf kick, I think, for a big double down. And ELP tells us about how much hitting the guardrail sucks, which is good commentary. Thank you. So, Cactus clothesline over the guardrails into the front row, and they just completely just land on some people, which is quite a thrill, I'm sure.
The people who get landed on aren't like, ow, ow, ow. They're laughing.
Yeah, they love it. They're giggling, which is funny. So, got the giggles. So, Chris talks about how this shows why they need to have a cage match, too, to protect the fans. That's fantastic commentary. Good job. So, I like that. Gabe Kidd ignores Marty Asami and takes Hanari up the stairwell, all right? Which I don't think you shouldn't do that. But Marty...
I thought you were going to do a Marge Simpson. I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, I'm sure other people have said that too, but do you think what did you think of Marty in this match? Because he just kind of like followed them around and just was like, no, I kind of did that the whole match. What did you think of Marty?
I reckon Marty, every time he goes to exude a bit of power, he just takes one. Gabe Kidd just gives him like one look, like he's going to smack the piss out of him. He's like, oh, I think I'll allow this. But I'm totally the ref in control here.
It's that same look that he used to give when he was on the outside as a young lion, just staring at the people in the ring like,
yes,
I'm going to kill all of you one day. And here we are.
Gabe Kidd, yeah.
Right. So they're up there in the crowd, like up, and it's not a balcony. I don't know what it is, but it's
like the stair entrance where it comes up that way, but like the top of it is like on the other side. Yeah.
So they're up there and they tease a bunch of suplexes on the concrete. And like I said, Marty and a bunch of camera guys are just following them around. And I love that whole thing. Remember during COVID when there was like one camera guy? They're back to like 100 camera guys following everybody around, Tiger Photo and all them. It's tremendous. So I love that. Anyway, all right. So they tease all the suplexes. And then Hanari, he wants to do a rampage tackle on the concrete, but no, pump kick from Gabe Kidd. He looks at the camera and assures us that he is in fact a madman and that we know that. And it's true. So I thought that was interesting. Then Gabe climbs to the top of the little stair area right now. If you remember that one match where he was a babyface? Like it was like Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And it was during World Tag League. And so him and Alex C were baby faces in that match. And he did a big dive. It was a very similar setup, only it was a different building. So he's, going to do this big dive. All right. But Hanari just punches him out of the air and it's fucking fantastic. So they fight back to the ring. Hanari goes for the top rope and Gabe Kidd just pushes him off to the floor. And the bump looks nasty, and I love it. So that was really fun. When that is over, or while that's happening, Hanari's selling on the floor. Gabe Kidd poses like Shibata, but like bouncing Shibata. It's like he's dancing or something. It's kind of funny. So he steps on Hanari's face, all right, and gets the microphone. Gabe Kidd does, and he prays to Inoki, basically saying, "You're welcome." he's like, Inoki, I know you're up there,
He
and
runs this shit.
I'm taking care of this guy that's not good enough for you, which I thought was pretty funny. Well, that pisses off Hanari, of course. So, he's praying to his own ancestors here, and he starts no selling, and he's going towards Kid, and Kid's kind of starting to be like, oh fuck. So he hits a huge kick, and we get the giant macho strike battle thing. Gabe Kidd's chops versus Hanari's kicks, and you can smell the testosterone coming through the screen. So it's very musty, by the way. So. So, oh man, that was fun. So huge strikes as they both keep like up in the ante, asking for more and more, and they take turns killing each other with strikes in the corner. It's extremely never. I would wager to say it's never as fuck.
It's fuck, yeah.
Yeah, but now signature moves from Hanari. He hits a rampage tackle for 2, and ELP says it was the first pin of the match. And I believe he's right. So I always like to look for stuff like that, and that's cool that he's watching that too. Chris speculates that this match has to end with a knockout, and I get fucking pissed. We'll talk about why. So I hate it when the announcers try to guess what's going to happen because they know the finish. You can't you say something like that, and guess what? Now we're thinking, oh, I guess it's going to end in a knockout, So and it does. We'll see. But so there's a pile driver from Gabe Kidd, but no, it's reversed twice. Back chops from Kidd. That's against the law. That leads to a huge section of fast reversals and kickouts at 1. The crowd's losing their minds, stomping their feet, and Chris awkwardly screams, "This is the king of sports!" Okay. But double standing 10 count, right? So we're teasing the knockout that has already been teased. Can't let our brains get to that. We have to get there before. But anyway, both back up, and it's huge strikes, suplex reversals, brain buster from Gabe Kidd, and then a DVD from Hanari, and they're both down again. We get another standing 10 count, right? So Hanari grabs Marty's hand and stops the count, and Marty's okay. So headbutt war, Luke. Oh my God, it's insane. So then it's slap fight. And that's insane. Then they hit like double strikes or something. They fall. Okay, so they both hit a huge strike on each other. They fall. All right, so they're both out. Okay, and it's like they're punched out boxers. So they're like holding each other up as they falling into each other, and it's really effective and cool selling from both guys. So Kidd hits headbutts, and Hanari is back up from a rocket Kokeshi of his own, and that's the end. So, Gabe Kidd hits some headbutts, and, it's great because Hanari does this kind of he makes a pencil out of himself and launches himself at Gabe Kidd and kind of twists in the air. It's this cool, spinning Kokeshi thing, and it's a double down. But guess what? Standing 10 count, it's a double count out, man. That match was fantastic. I don't give a fuck who won. We hear the draw theme song, which is a banger, as the kids say.
This is one of those matches where I'm watching it. I missed that comment, by the way, by Chris, where he said this might be a draw.
I'm glad. I almost messaged you and said watch it in Japanese because of that. That I was fired up about that.
So I did miss that tiny little tidbit, thank goodness, because my brain would have done the same thing yours did and been like, oh, okay, thank you very much. I hope fucking ELP was just fucking nudging him, going, shut the fuck up.
Commentary is supposed to add to the match, not take away something that you might realize as a fan, right? I mean, just my opinion.
It was such a good match, man. This one bit where Gabe Kidd's on his fucking knees and he's like, come on, show me that spirit. Yeah, so Hanari shows him with the fucking man. So the next night, we find out that, Hanari and Gabe Kidd, they're having the night off. And I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, they're selling, the double knockout. And I mean, what do you think? I mean, the future of both those guys are bright. I really hope that Hanari stays with New Japan, for his entire career, obviously, because, I mean, he is starting to become one of those guys that when he comes out for a singles match, the crowd is like, we're going to get something special here. And you need guys like him, man. I mean, he's kind of become almost a Shingo type wrestler where every singles match is going to be fantastic and you're going to see the type of wrestling that you expect to see in New Japan.
We expect to see good matches with Gabriel Kidd and Hinare. But, usually when we see those good matches, they've been wrestling, I guess, like New Japan guys or vets or something like that. But, these two just having such a... It's like seeing Shooter and Narita from the other show, something like that. He's the future right here. Boom. And they can fucking crush it as well. And this was my... just a steal from Gabriel Kidd. This was my shit. I loved it. It was fucking never as fuck. They beat the shit out of each other. There were some funny spots as well. Kids very, very vocal. Loves to call Hinare a bitch. Fuck you. So you got, you bitch.
That's pretty good. That kind of sounded like him. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Are you a Batman?
I am if I'm making fun of his fucking accent.
I think another interesting point about this that I don't think commentary said, but these guys are both products of New Japan. You know, they both went through the Young Lion system. They both are guys that learned there. So, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty neat.
Absolutely. Oh, fuck me. It's just, they do all the things that I wanted. I knew that this was going to be my jam when they just get in the ring and they do all the Ishii Shingo thing when they're against each other and they just fucking charge.
Why don't we do this? Why don't I handle Newman and Finley? Because I really want to hear what you had to say about the main event. You know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, that's like, I'm very interested in what you think of that. So let me run through Newman and Finley real quick. I really like this match. You were worried about him, right? Because, I mean, they had to follow that shit, right?
I like this match, but yeah, I was just like,
Well, it's very good, right? And Newman, he wears a backwards hat to the ring that makes him look like a little kid. Just like, like he needs a skateboard or something. So, and Gato is out with Finley, of course, and Newman goes for it, like attacking right away. He wants to try to get the win right away. So Finley bails during the last fast running the rope spot, and he's like, I ain't doing that shit. So into the guardrails, and Finley attacks Chumpy for no reason. He's just standing there. That was disgusting. It was lewd and lascivious. And Finley, he uses the little gate on Newman, which was pretty funny. But there's, most of this match is just heat on Newman, right? Finley brabs him out or tries to brab him out, and then Gato taunts him while he's in the brab, which is tremendous. So
give up, motherfucker!
You piece of shit. So Newman gets a cool reverse jump, jump over the guardrails and take control thing. I don't know. It was neat. So he gets back in the ring. He does the Kyle Aussie Open running kick in the corner, which is fucking cool. And back to the fast running the rope stuff he tried to do at the beginning. He hits Spanish Fly for a pin for 2, but Tiger Suplex is thwarted. But Newman reverses the reversals and eventually gets the Tiger Suplex for 2. He fires up. Here we go. He's going to win. Oscutter. But Finley dodges it. Hits a lariat. Finley's had enough of this. He kills Newman. Pulls his head up at 2. And Marty didn't like that at all. He was like, hey, no.
That's right.
Oblivion knee looking thing. And Finley wins.
Yeah. Really cool match. And this is the kind of match I sometimes want Shingo to do. I'm like, all right, Shingo. Don't be so giving. I want 5 minutes. Just crush this guy. This is the leader of Bullet Club. Laying a beating on one of the newer guys. So it was exactly what it needed to be. And Callum got spots to whoop ass and pull out some cool shit too. So yeah, I liked it.
Wouldn't have been a bad thing if it switched places in match order with.
Yeah.
At the same time, Finley's, the big
he's
deal.
He's the champ, and the only reason, he's the leader of the Bullet Club, so you can't have him on before his 2 War Dog boys if they're not going for titles. But yes, we have the main event. It is War Juniors. That's Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney versus Catch 2-2, which is TJP and Francesco Akira. I'm going to have to admit, I had a sneaky suspicion that Catch 22 were losing. Why? for ages, Mr. Guy, I've been like, oh man, this Catch 22 team is hot, man. They're awesome. Like, just put the titles on them. Let them have a run for 6 months. Let's fucking go. Never quite got that mega long run. But they were a good tag team. All right, we'll have them chase. Yeah, all right, cool. They got the titles back. And then TJP had to start acting weird. Well, behind the scenes or nothing. Like, I don't know anything about that. But I mean, like, weird, like, here are the eyes. Now I've got mist all of a sudden. Now I want to take all comers, including heavyweights. And Akira's just like, dude, we're champion. Hello, champions. And so that just made me feel like they're going in a different direction with TJP, which means these titles are coming off Catch 22, and Catch 22 are likely no fucking more. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems to be going that way. I thought that they did a little like video package before the match that kind of like told the story of the violence that's been ramped up to this point, you know, which is important. You know, you've had the coffin match, you've had all this stuff, and you know, Bullet Club want to kill Akira to get to TJP, you know, so it's like that's part of the story of the match. What did you think of the giant line of coke that Bullet Club bring out?
Fucking Driller Maloney also coming out with an unlit smoke in his mouth. I'm like, man, you're so edgy. And
Yes.
Clark Connors with an unopened can of something. I'm like, wow, man, that's great. You need to open that and light that up, right? Probably a file or something. But
you think they count their beers? Are they the kind of people that walk up to the bar and go, "I've had 5.5 beers"? You know, like or the next day they say, "I had 7 beers last night." Is that how they do it?
Oh man, I had such a good night last night. Cool. What did you do? Well, I had 5 bourbons, 3 beers, 2 glasses of wine, a shot of this. Yeah, but what did you do? I had fucking this to drink. I had that to drink. Yeah, but what did you fucking do last night? Oh yeah, I don't care about how. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I smoked cigarettes too, like half a pack. I'm almost out.
Oh wow. Yeah. We all know those people, boys and girls. We may even been that person once or twice when we were younger, being like, man, how much do I have to drink? Here's a checklist.
Act like
how cool
there.
we are. Oh my goodness. All right. So I like this match. It's a good match. It does build on stuff that they've done before. Poor Akira, though. He gets... Man, he's too light for tables, isn't he? Is that a thing? Because Clark spears is a table kind of leaned against the railing on the outside, and Clark spears him into it, not through it, into it. Fucking ouch!
The crowd's
and then Clark Connors just Irish whips the poor bastard back into it until it breaks, which is the second time. So holy shit! Thank God for that. So this match builds on some of the things that have been kind of teasing, like that add extra elements to their. That's another reason why I wish they'd kind of stayed, because they're really good with the psychology and putting all this together. And they've been doing this slowly throughout their feud of just one-upping the kind of exchanges. Like when you've got the fireballs happening and you've got the 2 people on either side, and then they'll just mix up how they do that, and how they reverse that, how they change that up. They've been building on that, and it works here too. It's fucking awesome. The only problem is I already know Catch 22 is losing because of all the stuff I've just said, so it kind of drains the suspense a bit for me. It's still all 4 men that work fucking hard in this match. And it's great. They got great chemistry. I think I like this a little more than maybe the Wrestle Kingdom match, because Wrestle Kingdom, I was a little tired of it because we'd just seen them have a coffin match, and now we're just going to normal rules. Like, that's a bit weird.
That didn't make any sense.
No. But where are we? But yeah. Where's my fucking notes? Oh!
Well, while you're looking for your notes, I will point out that the one of the amazing psychology things about this match is that, so at the beginning, Akira wants to stay in the ring, But TJP wants to go to the outside. And that's the miscommunication that leads to Akira getting launched through the table, right? So everyone in this match wants to wrestle hardcore except for one guy, and it's Akira. So he's like so out of place, and they do a good job with that. I think the match it has a lot of like really complicated spots that aren't executed like in that smooth way that we know they can do. And so it kind of like feels like it stutters. This match stutters the pace of it in a way that's not like I don't know. It wasn't perfect, and I liked it more maybe than the Wrestle Kingdom match, but I think that was a better match, better wrestling.
Yeah. So we do get the finish of the full clip, which is and then Clark Connors pins Francesco Akira, and Gato comes out with the white belts. So they match with the belt that the Rebel David Finlay has. Yes, that is. I don't know why I brain farted on Finlay. But and then Gato brings the belts out. Bullet Club are out, and they beat the shit out of Catch 2-2. Cobb comes out with the Empire to make the save. Oh, but Shillelagh to the back of the knee to ride him out. Just that little bit more. So at the start of the show, they had someone take him out, and then like but not too badly, because they're like, all right. Then they must have looked him over and thought, whoa, he's fucked. Okay. Shillelagh later on.
I mean, what a hero, though, right?
Oh,
I mean, he came out, even though he's hurt, he still came out
to save his boys.
Put a valiant effort into trying to save them, but it didn't work.
But yes, Akira is definitely the guy who's just like, look, I'm a junior. I want to do flippy shit and beat people up like junior style. And the three other guys are just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah. But that's the story. It's not like when Wato's in a match with three guys goofing off and he's just like, I'm gonna fucking go. Which always makes me laugh because he's adorable like that. It's a great show. It's a very Bullet Club versus Empire, which suits me because this feud's been pretty fucking awesome. And I think the only thing that hurts it is the thing that Finlay kind of makes better by getting on the mic both nights and just saying, hey, where are you, man? We're beating the shit out of your boys. And guess what? When you leave, you can't stop us from beating the shit out of your boys. And we're going to beat the shit out of your boys. I'm like, fucking hell, that's kind of gangster. I like it.
There was something else that we didn't mention is that like halfway through this match, Dan Baloney is like, oh, this arm doesn't work anymore. And he wrestles the rest of the match with an arm that doesn't work. And we learn after the match that he tore his pectoral and he's just going to fucking go, just power it out. You know why he explains that he's going to do it that way instead of having surgery?
Why?
Because he ain't no bitch. And that, Bullet Club aren't bitches, but guess who are? The United Empire. They're a bunch of bitches, including Akira. He calls Akira a bitch because they kill Akira after the match too again.
Oh yeah,
and absolutely murder him. And they're a bunch of bitches. But Luke, we also learned some news after the show in the backstage comments about the cage match. Can you explain to us what's going to happen at the cage match, rules wise?
All right, everyone. Have you ever seen War Games?
Yes.
That.
Mm-hmm.
But with one ring, but extra large, so it covers the ring. And it's going to be like two dudes starting a ring. And then after a couple minutes, another dude will come out and it's War Games.
I'm interested to see what the New Japan cage looks like.
My God.
I mean, will it?
Yeah, go.
Will it be something where, sometimes the cage is actually sitting on the ring apron? You know what I mean? It's really enclosed. Will it be outside the ring? What kind of, will it have a lid? I don't know.
What color will it be?
Yeah, that's important. Why don't they go with black? You can see so well when it's black, but no, they want to make it silver or something that makes your eyes not work.
Cerulean blue.
I mean, I like the blue cage just because it reminds me of when I was a kid, but also because the holes on it are much bigger. It looks easier to climb, but the black cage is the way to go, man. That's the way to go. So,
fair enough. All right.
That show was awesome. I really liked
yeah.
it too. But are you ready to move on to the next show?
I am, Mr. Guy. Before we do that, I do believe you have a review of a Yano's joint.
I do. And Yano's, like I said before, there's some people who like it, some people don't. We'll see what this person has to say here. I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So it reads, I think the food is delicious and the prices are average, but I'm disappointed in the weak alcohol and customer service attitude of the staff. 2 stars.
Yano, being the shifty on-screen character that he is, I could believe that he's watering down those drinks.
Oh man, I can't believe he didn't get this Google review removed. You know what I mean? I'm sure he knows how to do that.
If Marty has a restaurant or something like that, oh my god, that's the one I want to go to first and get the jacket. But
he works there too.
I can imagine him seeing a bad Google review and then him writing under it, no.
I could imagine him in the kitchen, right? And his 20 kids are running around all over the place, and he's trying to, don't touch, and he's trying to cook everyone's meal, and it's just madness back there. But the food comes out on time, and it's very good. You know, he falls down a lot too. So, Luke.
All right. Do you want to start us off with Murashima and Shomakato?
Yeah, sure. Luke, this night has something interesting going on with it too.
It's free.
It's free 99, and there is a huge snowstorm going on outside. So like it's not full. Like they may have sold the building out, but a lot of people didn't show up because they're like it's so far from the train station and there's snow, So and they heard about the toilets, but they mention it quite a bit that there's a big snowstorm going on in Japan, which is interesting. I think that's interesting. So Chris is on the call, of course, and he will be joined by Hikuleo later. I mean, what do you think? Would you rather? Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. But anyway, so he tells us that there's going to be a bunch of changes to the card too. And I don't know what they are, I don't think, but we'll tell you what happened. So the first match is Murashima versus Kato. And Murashima does a weird, like, stunner style escape to a wrist lock that was unintentionally cool. And it reminded me of that time that I think it was Broken Arm Young Lion. No, maybe it was Yuya and Tsuji. One time one of them hit it was like a drop kick, but he landed on him perfectly like a crossbody. They did it twice. Remember that? And it was like, wow, that was completely on accident, but it was awesome.
How the fuck did you do that? And they're probably thinking like, how the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, that was the same kind of thing with the stunner escape thing. It was wild. So we learned one of the young lions was on a reality show. And that's how he got here or something? Like Okada was like a reality show host and they got him on the thing. But anyway, Kato tries to throw chops, but while he's in a knee bar, and they're really bad. And Chris is like, those were bad. So 10-minute Broadway, of course. It is a time limit draw. And they do the young lion rivalry stuff after the match where they just walk up and smack the shit out of each other, but then they kind of like bro around. It's like, I'm still mad at you, but I'll get you next time. That kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's young lion goodness. It's a little green and messy, but it's fun. It's good. All right, so next we have Chase Owens, Penta, and Taiji Ishimori versus ALP, Hikuleo, and Jado. Bullet Club have the stolen titles. They stole the tag titles the previous night. I'm like, look, I see what you're doing. It's fine. Stop with the fucking stealing the shit gimmicks. We've done it.
It's not very creative.
I've even just seen that gimmick on 8. Just stop. Yeah. Anyway. And for some reason they're like, hey, we've already got the title. So they try to leave. But Hikuleo, no, he drags them back in. By the way, I see something that makes me absolutely fucking laugh. That's Hikuleo splashing Ishimori in the corner. It's like, Ishimori, tiny man. Yeah. You get it. It's fucking amazing. I'm surprised it even works. Yeah, my God. So you get Ishimori continuing to fuck with El Phantasmo, giving him the titty twister and all this kind of stuff. But and that's like, it's all right. It all happens during the match. It's fair cop. But Kenta, he pins Jado after a belt shot, which he has to. But post match, GOD, they get the upper hand, and hey, they get their hands on Taiji Ishimori post match, and El Phantasmo. It ends this mini feud by getting a little bit of revenge on Taiji Ishimori and kind of closing that chapter out of the guy who betrayed him and stayed in Bullet Club. So it was nice. I liked it. It was
sudden death and a choke slam.
Oh yeah,
he finally got the choke slam. He didn't have to pretend.
He no, oh my goodness, he actually hit one.
That match was off. It felt very off, and it was like, it's fucking snowing outside. I want to go home. It was like that kind of thing. So
see, I'm thinking like, oh, it's a free show. Everyone's going to go fucking hard tonight. But I'm like, but they went hard the night before. They're going to go hard tonight too. Then you watch today's show and they're like, snowstorm. Everyone's cold as shit. Probably want to get their shit in and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I
feel like the we have one very, very, very long match, which we'll probably cover like 5 matches or however many it was. At least that's probably the right way to do that. But it's like, every other match is really short except for that really long one. So anyway, so here's another short match. It's Shota Umino, Desperado, and Hanma and
dude.
Excuse me. Yes.
Not only was it short, I felt like the main event started. It's like a 2-hour show. I felt like the main event started in the second hour, like right on.
Yeah, it was. It was all just over an hour long. I think the total show was 2.5 hours, but like 20 minutes of that was Milano and his buddy just talking into the camera.
Oh yeah, well the crowd leaves and people were like, "I'm on TV, yeah." Fuck off.
All right, next match is Shota Umino, Desperado, Hanma, and and Bolton, versus Hot. And Dick Togo bullies Abe into reading a presidential decree because it turns out Evil is the president. So that was pretty funny. So Shota Umino is been sanctioned by New Japan, according to the president, because he threw a table at Evil, which is unsportsmanlike.
President Evil would put all the belts on himself, right?
He would. He'd steal them all and say he won them, or he was awarded them because the other champion sucks. So, oh man, I thought that was a lot of fun. I like his shenanigans. Like his wrestling's always good, of course, but like I really like the goofy shenanigans that Evil specifically does.
I want him to hold up a certificate in one episode of New Japan, right? And the certificate says that he's actually now a member of the IWGP and he can have fucking votes as to who gets title matches and shit.
It's like, it's no
while
longer...
he's champion though. Like he's
of course. Yeah. It's IWGPE now.
Yeah.
Right? And it's in International Wrestling Grand Prix Evil.
That's right. Oh fuck.
We got that. That'd be tremendous.
Oh,
anyway.
Fantasy Dream Book.
Yeah, definitely. So Shota runs in to save some mark that Evil drags into the ring to spray paint. I'm sure it's it's someone that works for New Japan, obviously, but he's wearing the Shota Umino hoodie. That I love how Shota Umino demonstrates the hood when he comes out. He's like, check it out. It's got a hood. That's why it's $70. So anyway, so Evil drags some guy in that's got the hoodie on, and he beats the shit out of him, but Shota saves him. House of Torture beat him up, and the other team members are out, like, for the save. And Hanma runs out. It's fun. And Hanma and Kayamara are like, wasn't this a match? Like, everybody's fighting on the outside, and they're like, but this is a match, right? So they just start wrestling and start the match. It's funny. Oh, man. And Hanma's on fire. He's going to hit the Kokeshi. Oh, no. He misses it. Damn it. But Bolton Elglig is able to tag in. He does his power moves on Kanemaru and the whoopity whoppity woo. And Yo tries to do the gut wrench thing. Like he's like, oh, I can do that, right? So he picks up Kanemaru to try to do it and just drops it. And he holds us back. And Yo is on fire when he doesn't give a fuck. I love it.
Yo, see, that moment made me laugh too, and that's 2 nights in a row. I have to go. Yo was entertaining. Fuck you, wrestling.
Chris Charlton starts telling us about stuff that we can't see on the camera, which ruins something, because you know what it is. He's like, "Oh, you guys didn't see it, but guess what happened? Someone, Dick Togo took the corner pad off, but you didn't see it." And then, of course, the corner pad is
when Evil just takes it off mysteriously like that. I'm like,
Right.
Chris,
I think I'm just
going
going
to
to
be
start
just
watching
the monitor. And just watch the monitor and tell us what's on there. That's what.
I mean, that's what we're seeing, so don't spoil. Yeah, it gets under my skin. I think I'm gonna just start watching in Japanese again, because it's like, I don't want to shit on this guy. I don't hate Chris Charlton. I got nothing against him. It's just, I'm telling you about how I feel about this stuff. So don't get mad at me. Anyway, so that was really fun.
I missed Walker.
Yeah, he'll be back for the next one, you see. So he'll be there. And then Gino's going to be there for every single night of the New Japan Cup. I'm going to find out. We'll find out about that. So anyway, we got some good junior stuff between Desperado and Sho. Evil and Shota they do the heavyweight shit, and Shota does not fall for the ref hold the leg thing. Doesn't fall for it. Just like, that's great. I like that. He's beyond that at this point, right? He's dealt with House of Torture for like 6 months now. So he's beyond just the hold the leg thing. So I like that. Yujiro is also in this match. He wants Shota to hit him with the push-up brawl, right? And it's like, it's like WrestleMania 8, it's just like that. We got Roddy Piper's picking up the bell. He's going to hit Bret Hart, but he decides not to, and he loses, is that thing. But he wants Shota to hit him with the push-up brawl, but he doesn't need that. He's a babyface, and it's just Yujiro. So Yujiro gets hit with the Death Rider, and he gets pinned. Shota grabs the mic, and he shows us how to actually use the push-up brawl, which is interesting. And then he trash talks Evil.
So Yujiro is the dude I want to see copping the pins. It's usually Dick Togo. It was Yujiro today, and I marked the fuck out.
He marked out for Yujiro getting pinned.
Yeah. Like, it might surprise you, but it feels like forever since we've seen that. And I just want a reminder of how good it looks.
It's never memorable. So that could be true. It could have happened the other day. We wouldn't remember.
All right, so next we've got Toru Yano, Togi Makabe, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Ishii. I guess we're not going to get the Ishii versus Tanahashi feud. Instead, we're going to get Ishii and Tanahashi BFFs forever. And I'm just going to have to get used to that, I guess. Well, Ishii's a dog, and Okada's his owner, and he's leaving. So, obviously Tanahashi was handed the Stone Pitbull lead to Tanahashi now. And he has control of the... Yeah.
We'll go outside?
Anyway.
We'll go outside? We'll go for a ride?
Oh my god! I just stand near where the fucking dog harness and lead is, and Will was just like, "Yes!"
Hey man,
yeah.
Dogs are the best. They're very emotional, about just those 3 things, like we talked about last.
Oh yeah. And they're against CMDK, which is Zack Sabre Jr. Makabe's in the other team. Yeah. Mikey Nichols, Shane Haste, and Kosai Fujita. Yano slaps Mikey in the back of the head and does his ha ha ha, look what I did. So Mikey slaps him back. I haven't seen that too often, so I'm like, I like that. I like that there's this one spot here there, Fujita, he's wrestling someone, and then out of nowhere, he just smacks Ishii off. He doesn't go off the apron though. Ishii just stands there and he just looks really fucking pissed off. I think it's against Makabe, and Makabe looks at Ishii, and Ishii's like, "Tag me in now." So Ishii's tagged in, straight to the corner with Fujita. You're going to get chopped in the fucking throat, son. Yes, yes, yes. And then Fujita fires up and hits him with a slap. And so Ishii, just standing there, just does a pounce, and he just fucking smashes him right into the corner. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. All right, you want to step up? Step up. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you, and how dare you just hit me while I'm just standing there waiting for my chance to hit you? How dare you? It's not how this works. And then Zack Sabre Jr. does something that makes me very happy because he taps out Makabe with an armbar. Yes.
Makabe tags out like a little bitch who doesn't even like burgers or mayonnaise.
I know, right?
Which I was shocked by, but
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's getting pineapple on his pizza.
I thought this match was fun. There was some magic in there when we had Ishii and Zack Sabre Jr. in there, which is always great. But I don't know if you noticed this, but after the match, TMDK, they just laid in the ring like comically for a second. Just we're all just gonna lay here in a row. Like it would have been funny if Marty just did like hopped over him, or something. I don't know. That'd have been fun.
See, next time they do a Rev Pro show, they're gonna all cross Abbey Road. Right. And they all got to be wearing their fucking orange outfits or something.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Shane Haste will be naked with the sock on it over his dick, All right, Luke. Well, after that fun match, we had Hikuleo joining Chris on commentary. What did you think of Hikuleo on commentary? And listen, not trying to be mean or anything, right? I understand he's just a young guy that's on commentary and is probably not, real comfortable saying he doesn't know what's going to get him in trouble and what isn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it. But, man.
Look, it feels like Chris is like, isn't that right, Hikuleo? Just feeding him something. It's not too difficult to answer. And his response, yep. That's right. Oh, so yes, poor guy's probably never done it before, so I'm not going to come down too harsh to him and say he's like the biggest piece of shit on commentary, but he's kind of boring.
It was pretty bad. Would you rather have him or Lance Archer?
Hikuleo.
Hey, I'm going to go with Hikuleo on that one too.
Because Hikuleo is not telling me backstage shit like all the time. Like, I went out with the boys, and these are the boys I went out with. And I'm just like, they're in a different faction, man. You shouldn't be saying shit like that. Like, sure, you're all friends backstage. We get it. But you're on camera now. Do the story thing.
Stay in character. Everybody else does. Why don't you?
Yeah.
But anyway,
and I also thought Hikuleo came across as a nice guy. So
of course. Yeah, he does. I'm sure. But is that what you want to, though? Do you want to be a nice guy? You're giant. I mean, I don't know. So, okay, as a young guy, a lot of wrestlers we've seen in New Japan have to unlock that, next thing, that next level, where that, for Shota Umino, he's an easy example. He kind of has that Ibushi thing that he goes to some other place and starts, acting crazy and no-selling. I want to see that out of Hikuleo. I want that for him, it's just not happening. So anyway, but his leg hurts. So Hikuleo is on commentary, like we said, and he's not great. But it reminds me of the first time Hinari was on there, and he didn't really know what was going to get him in trouble and what wasn't. And he was like, yes, I am a wrestler. That is correct.
You know what would be funny? Imagine seeing fucking Hikuleo doing a splash on Chris Charlton. He's even tinier than Ishimori. Come on, man.
Choke slam. Yeah, if he did that on the table, I mean, it would take 20 choke slams, and I don't know if he'd ever go through it. So, anyway. All right, so Akira, TJP, Great-O-Khan, and Newman versus Alex C., Clark Connors, Finlay, and Dan Baloney. And now that we know about Dan Baloney's arm, he's got it all wrapped up. He's got burger wrap all over it, and it means more, So this is a war immediately, and they don't even get the announcements. It's like we don't get any of that. It's just like they're just fighting each other. So Ref Chumpy rings the bell anyway. He's like, fuck it, who cares? So Akira is going nuts on Clark Connors, and it's like, okay, Akira, what's going on here? He's getting violent, right? But Finlay throws a chair at him right in front of Marty. I mean, and it is nasty looking. So guess what Marty does? He does the only thing that he can do. And he throws the match out. It's a DQ finish. But a lot more happens here. Okay, so we have a beatdown commencing, right? So, and Hikuleo adds nothing. He doesn't talk about his history with Bullet Club, how much he hates them, how he's like currently always feuding with them. Nothing. I was like, come on. So
these guys are assholes.
I mean, what? That's like such an obvious thing. But anyway, so TJP defends himself with the mist, but it doesn't work for long. Bullet Club like have him all tied up, right? He sprays mist to back him off, but it doesn't work for long. Bullet Club kill everybody. And guess what? They get the dog collar leash thing out again, and they hang Akira. Listen, I've seen a lot of hanging spots in wrestling, unfortunately. It's not something that you want to see because it's bad. But at the same time, man, Akira is fantastic at selling that he's being hung. Like his face was turning purple and he had like the veins sticking out. Oh man, that was
whatever they do. Whatever they do with Akira after this whole Empire story, strap a rocket to this man.
Yeah.
Give him something cool to do.
That was some good shit, man. So Finley
said, Akira Despy for the junior title. There's beef there.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, if Akira ends up getting really violent in like the cage match or something like that and kind of like unlocks that part of him, Desperado will love that and be like, you know what, you deserve a title match because he's not a bitch either. So anyway, so he sells being killed really well, and Finley says that United Empire's friends can't save them and that they are in fact bitches. So what'd you think of all that?
I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, Ospreay, where are you? We're fucking up your boys, and guess what? When you're gone, we're gonna fuck your boys up some more.
Yeah.
Man, that's some prison shit right there. That's like, hey, what the fuck? Man, that's pretty cool. I like it. I like this Bullet Club. I like it. Like, oh, he's doing Jay White. No, he isn't. No, he is not.
No, this is not. Jay White was never a bully. You know what I mean? Like he was more the calculating guy that's gonna like, yeah, he beat people down, but not like Finley. Finley's like a bully. That's kind of to me, you know, and
oh yeah,
that's a little different. But anyway.
All right, man. So we're breaking this up, everyone, because it's like a 5-in-1 here. It is the LIJ versus Just Five Guys gauntlet match. So what it is, everyone, is they're all 10-minute max matches. If one person beats another person in that 10 minutes, that person keeps going. If it's a draw, though, both men are eliminated. So obviously, there's a certain two guys that aren't going to be pinned at all in this match, and thus take away a bit of the suspense. So let's get them out of the way first. I'll say that. But I like it because now that they've done their 10-minute preview, now you get all the other guys from LIJ and Just Five Guys a chance to shine. So we start off with Sonata and Tetsuya Naito. And I'm thinking the crowd, you and me, everyone at the Taylor Swift show at the Tokyo Dome next door, everyone knows this can't be a 10-minute draw right here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
they did a good job of teasing it, though.
Oh, yeah, they really did. Because, this is a moment for both Sonata and Naito to be kind of dicks to each other and kind of troll each other and just really try and get that snappy, quick win and be like, hey. But alas, neither man is going to get the one up on the other. Not in 10 minutes. Not in the heavyweight title scene picture. That's never going to happen. Man, imagine if we got a Hiromu versus Kushida like match for the main title. Has that ever happened?
Many times.
Yeah, it probably has.
Yeah, that's like a legendary feud in New Japan, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen it for a while where the heavyweight champion just stomped. I mean, unless it's Okada versus someone you know he's going to beat. But, you know, we haven't. Remember that Kushida Hiromu match?
I'm sorry, I wasn't following you. Yes, it was a squash title match.
Anyway, so yes, Sonata and Naito have a draw. So, hey, both men are eliminated, but they do stick around.
First 10 minutes of faction warfare are gone. And so next, the next thing we hear, it's great. Like and also, I know I just started 3 sentences, but I'm going to finish one of them. And the point is that the guys stay out after they're eliminated too, which adds to the like excitement because they're always ringside cheering their guy on. But the next thing that we hear after the first part of this match is over is we hear Taka is coming, motherfucker. And I was marking out. I love that. So it's Taka Michinoku. Who's he going to face? Shingo. Oh, right. So much like the first match was all about teasing pins, like teasing pins and teasing countouts, like they did the neck breaker attempt on the stage, but no, Paradise Lock attempt on the stage, but no, that's kind of what they did. The story of the second match is Taka trying to beat Shingo. Maybe he can do it, but probably not. And so we're going to try to make you believe. So
and think it's also him trying to hold on for that 10 minutes too.
Right. That's true. Because he knows that might be his only chance. So, but man, he's like hitting all kinds of roll-ups during this. It's great. So Taka attacks. He tries to get the big shine, but Shingo's like, nope. It just pulls him off the apron and just starts fucking him up on the outside. So Taka gets a Canadian dragon screw and starts to fuck your leg, and that's like his only chance, you know. So he uses the ring post and does the Bret Hart figure 4 around the post, and it's not very good, but it's still a cool move. So, you know, it takes them a while to get it on. They're not the proper size really to do it. You know, I don't know. It looks weird. So that move is fantastic. But anyway, so what do we got here? So Shingo, he whines the Red Shoes about that too. I was shocked. Like, heel Shingo is always whining to the ref and saying stuff isn't fair. And it's really funny. Because he's like, you know, the guy that fucking went like 100-0 when he came into New Japan. It's not fair. You know, so Taka drags Shingo to the back and tries a count out win. That's kind of lame because he didn't come out covered in tape. He didn't come out with wearing a bunch of chairs.
I would have added something from that. Yeah, that's the only spot I thought it was a bit. It needed something. Yeah, agreed.
So, you know, but, you know, basically he comes back in. I don't know what the point of that was because Shingo easily beats the count. So more fuck your leg, though, attempts by Taka. He gets some holds on, but Shingo easily powers out or gets a rope break each time. He does love ska. Shingo lets us know. And there's lariats, and Shingo goes for power bomb. But surprise, roll up, jackknife. Taka gets a shining wizard, and he hits more strikes. Shingo cannot have a match without making his opponent look awesome, though. So no matter who they are. So this is, you know, he's getting
second nature to the man, isn't it?
It's great. Chris Charlton marks out for the sweet shin music and another shining wizard from Taka. But lariat for 2 from Shingo. He kicks out of the fucking pumping bomber. Oh my God. That alone is a victory for Taka. Because now Shingo's been using this a lot now as a finisher, the folding power bomb, and Taka kicks out of that. Oh my God, it's not over yet. Oh, inverted STF, and Taka taps out like a bitch.
Yes, he does. So, oh no, that means LIJ won. Just why, guys, 0. They've got an extra man now, and who's going to come out to face Shingo? Jeez, I wonder who it could possibly be. It's the Holy Emperor. It's motherfucking Taichi. Man, are these two guys just like supposed to be together, like in the ring?
Yes.
I like how this is a very Taichi thing because he brings it out of people, just the playfulness. Like, even if it's a I hate you kind of feud, and I want to beat you up, there's always this kind of playfulness about it. Like he had with Sonata, it's like, all right, I'm the fucking peck poppingest motherfucker. No, I am. You know, and now with oh my God, now with Shingo, it's like, oh no, I like Scar more than you do. And nothing. All right, Shingo might feel that the referees are being unfair to him, but nothing pisses him off more than seeing Taichi walk around with his fingers about to go, huh, huh, huh. Makes him want to fucking just go. So Taichi always injects something like that into his feuds that gives it a nice little flavor.
Extra stank, Luke.
Yeah, it's the extra stank. There you go. Why didn't I say that? Yeah, exactly. So, look, I don't want either of these two men to lose against each other in 10 minutes because I want them to have like 30 to decide who's going to do that. So, of course, New Japan does me a solid and has the timer run out, and it's a draw. Shingo and Taichi, they get counted out because they're too busy beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's a, time limit, so they both lose. They both get eliminated. I thought the karate chop battle in the middle of this match was pretty funny. And I mean, it's not like this is like, a high work rate or anything like that. I mean, it's very good, but it's not like they're trying to kill each other out there. It's, it's like you said, it's a little more playful, which is fun. And that's this feud is, it's great. So next, Luke, we have a squash. Doki versus Bushi. They do Sweet Juniors wrestling. It's very good. But Doki pulls that like over the shoulder roll, like trapping pin thing, and Bushi gets eliminated.
And I'm like, hell yeah. Oh, well, there you go. That was nice and sweet. So Doki, he pins Bushi, so he kind of levels the playing field here. Same amount of just 5 guys and same amount of LIJ left. But who comes out next? Oh, yes. It is Hiromu Takahashi. And man, I just like seeing Doki and Hiromu in the ring for any span of time. And it's just a joy to behold. Like ever since that tune-up match, right? So it's a COVID show too, and they just tear it up for 25 minutes. Here they've got a maximum of 10 minutes. And well, as much as I would like the feud to be Doki just getting a sneaky win on Hiromu again, it is not to be. I'm pretty sure Hiromu, he wins, right? Yeah, he does. He does win. He wins with the time bomb. Sorry, everyone. He gets it done pretty quick and gets a bit of revenge on Doki. But hey, I just got to see Doki get a pin, so I don't mind seeing him pin now. It's fine. I'm over it already, because that means now Yuya Uemura will have to fight Hiromu, and if he wins, he'll have to fight Yoda Tsuji. So yeah,
hang on a second. That's not what happened. So I'm sorry. I'm reading this now. There was 1 minute left, and Hiromu was in the Doki Choki, right? And Doki's going to win. So Hiromu powers up and hits Victory Royal, but time expires. So they both get eliminated.
That's right.
So that's right. Sorry about that.
That's right. Hiromu hasn't got his win back yet. Yeah.
Right. And
the Victory Royal was gnarly.
Yeah, I really like that part of the match. The finish was awesome, and it's not like, oh, another count out. No, that's a fun thing they can do. And now, like you said, Doki's still on the same level as Hiromu, and this is, I don't know. He even got that like pin on at the end, but it was after the bell. Almost
and he left it on, right in front of the LIJ guys. And Hiromu is still on this pin for obviously more than a 3 count after the match. I mean, Red Shoes is just like not doing it, but Doki's proving a point here. And hey, maybe we can see Doki pulling out that trapping pin in the Best of the Super Juniors. I mean, add to Arsenal, man.
It's definitely gotten under the skin of Hiromu too. Hiromu does not react well to the ending, of course, and he's upset. But I thought there was some fantastic wrestling in that match, like. They're fighting, and Doki like ends up going on the apron, or he tries to do a dive or something like that, and then Hiromu tries to get him in the apron bomb, but Doki fucking counters it with an Asai moonsault. That's what we're doing in this match, like shit like that.
There's also Doki also does the corner gory special kind of reversal, and he gets a little bit closer to hitting it. So they got to have a fucking singles match where
he was like going to innovative lengths to try to hit that gory stunner thing, and like he, like you say, he didn't get it yet, and like it was nice because he goes to crazy lengths to get that, but Hiromu has even more counters, and I don't know. I thought that was really fun. But it's down to the final 2, right? The 2 U's, part 2. And it's Tsuji versus Yuya. No time limit here, right?
That's right.
I was watching this after the fact, and I had seen that this entire section of wrestling was an hour and a half long, and I was like, I don't even know
Oh
where
no, you got to
know.
factor in the interviews at the end and the
Right. Well,
backstage
I didn't
stuff,
know.
yeah.
You never know how long that stuff's going to
That's
be,
true.
right? So I was thinking, oh my god, this match is going to be at least an hour, right? And we're probably at like 45 minutes now towards where these two come in. I don't know for sure, but that's what it felt like. So now, all the eliminated wrestlers are ringside. That adds to the mystique of this, as a main event, because basically now it's a singles match main event for the winner of faction warfare. So Suji has burger wrap on his arm, right? And he's, because he just got his arm broken by Yuya the night before or whatever. And the 2U's part 2 run the ropes to a stalemate. Then it's big chops. Oh, Hikuleo, man, I forgot something. I'm so sorry. I forgot something about the last match I had to mention, that Hikuleo put Doki over huge. And I was like, okay. He said the words, Doki is so good. And I'm like, fuck yeah, he is. And I
also the previous night, ELP said, because they were talking about how Doki won best bodybuilding body.
Yeah.
And ELP's just like, man, you got to show the tits. Get the tits out. He'll learn.
That's true. He does. He likes tits. I mean, I guess we all do. So
yeah,
but
they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, they rule. But anyway, these two they fight on the outside. And let's see, what are we doing here? I'm sorry, we're a little off today. But Hikuleo, okay, that's what reminded me of him talking about Doki. So he says that Suji has this like top guy aura around about him. And it really pissed off Yuya in training because they trained together. Hey! Fantastic commentary. That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy. So Suji tries a fucking Sui, but he gets caught by a Yuya forearm, and this is when they fight on the outside. These two proceed to have a full-on heavyweight style main event singles match, right? Which is interesting because we just got that from the other two youths. And you see what they're doing? It's pretty good. So I really like that. But Yuya displays his technical wrestling prowess, and Suji displays his power and cold, cruel skill. So Yuya uses fuck your arm offense, of course, to like start his comebacks. And Suji uses his power and his like callousness to like stay in control for longer periods of time than Yuya. But Yuya has a hoverboard lock on and Suji's fucked. So he barely gets to the rope break for, to break the hold. And man, it's very, I don't know. It's good tension, right there. Really good tension. So Yuya busts out the Pele kick. I don't think I've seen him do that. I was like, wow. And it was a good one, too. That move can look real bad, and it looked awesome. So Suji fires up. He wants to hit the spear. All right. But he says not yet. Instead, he puts a fucking brab on Yuya. And this is for a long time. And Chris asks, Hikuleo, so what does this mean to you? Is this meaningful? He's a little, like you say, he's leading him. So he's like, is there any meaning in this move? Right in the middle of the ring. And Hikuleo explains that it is disrespectful. And, so trying to get, trying to help out, where I can here. So that was pretty cool. Now there's this awesome, really like Yuya gets to the ropes, or excuse me, Yuya finally gets to the ropes, breaks the hold, and we get this really great camera work where he's down on the ground and Suji's standing over him, and the camera's looking up, and it's like, it's just pro wrestling, at its essence in this photo, in this one shot, and it's tremendous. So I love that. Anyway, they both ask for chops at 15 minutes in, and they fight to the top rope. Yuya hits a self power bomb, and it looks bad. But Suji turns that into another brab. So there's so much brabbage. That's what my note says. So much brabbage. Major brabbage. And just five guys, they cheer for their guy. LIJ kind of, they're cheering as well, but they don't care as much because they're too cool. But high angle brab finally. But Yuya will not give up. And Suji just gives up. He gives up instead. So he's like, well, fucking brab won't work.
Bored putting the submission hold on.
Well, it doesn't work. He had it in it forever. It's not going to work. So now it's time for the spear, right? But no, it's a Rana into the arm bar. So spear, no, picks him up, jumps up, hits the Rana right into an arm bar, and then they do a million fast reversals. but Tsuji hits the Gene Blast Spear and pins Yuya 1-2-3. LIJ win the match. And Tsuji has something to say after the match, but what did you think of that one?
I thought it was fucking awesome. I've just looked ahead, Miss Andy. We are getting singles matches. All these guys. I'm not making it up. It's at the end of February. Good. At the end of New Beginning, which is after Fantastic Mania. So after the New Beginning.
The end of the beginning?
End of the beginning, yeah. But after Fantastic Mania. So yes, I like this a lot. We got nice little previews of all the singles matches and coming up. And then we got to see... and see... just having the rules be the last two guys, no time limit. All right. And then Yuya and Yoda just did a normal match. But it was fucking awesome. Yeah. And then Yuya after the match is like, hey, let's make this hair versus hair. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Chris Charlton was right. Remember, he was writing that story last week or something. He's like, oh, they got hair heat. Well, I guess they do have hair heat, and we're gonna get a hair heat blow off.
That's it.
Blow out.
I just want them to do this. You know, their hair's like that. They're out and just like whip their hair back and forth at each other.
Remember that Nintendo game? There was a Nintendo game where it was like Kabuki Fighter, and it was just like that was a special move. Would fucking like hit you with the hair.
Yes. Wasn't there like these characters that hit you with the hair in Double Dragon or something? Am I imagining that?
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up because that's fascinating to me. For real.
Yeah. All right. So yes, we have finished talking about the two nights, but at the end of the month, we got two shows called The New Beginning in Sapporo. So the New Beginning in that area.
There's one before that though. So there's one on the 11th because that's when the cage match is.
Yeah. So 11th is the cage match, but for all the other stuff that they're building towards, like some of these title shot feuds and things like that, they're all coming to a head, I think, later on in the month. So let me just double check here. Awesome audio.
Well, the next show is New Beginning in Osaka, and that's where we're going to get the cage match plus the can't wait for the IWGP Tag Team Championship match.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's also got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Daniel Bryan and fucking many other matches, including
Okada Tanahashi.
Yeah, LIJ versus Just Five Guys again. I love it. I can't get enough.
No, me neither. So I'm not complaining too much there either. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff on that show. And then we have Fantastic Mania, which Andy and I will not be covering in any detail. If we do watch it, it's background shit while we're doing our other stuff. And I don't know, we'll just have a realm where we might just, whatever.
Oh, so, they are going. Okay, listen, one of the venues they're going to in Osaka, apparently, for Fantastic Mania. Man, this might be the best name ever. It is the Toa Pharmaceutical Rectab Dome Sub Arena. In parentheses, Osaka Prefecture Kodama Sports Center.
That's amazing.
I love that. That is fantastic.
Yeah. They give people with no imagination the naming rights to these fucking buildings. I swear to Christ.
They're going to General Gymnasium 2. We got some fucking fantastic venues on this. International Conference Hall 1.
Yeah. Oh my god. So on the 23rd, because I'm definitely not running through Fantastic Mania cards, we'll have Despy versus Show, Shooter versus Evil. We'll have another one of those weird Frontier Zone matches, but Taguchi's not in this one, so that's weird. We have more Just Five Guys and LIJ. But then we got Tanahashi versus Matt Riddle. Ooh. And Nick and Nemeth versus David Finlay. So they're happening in America, those two matches. All right, cool. I don't really care about Riddle, but main event looks like it's going to be Nick Nemeth versus David Finlay. That's going to be interesting.
That's cool. Well,
and then
the next night we have the hair versus hair match, right?
Oh my god, dude! The next night, it's LIJ versus Just Five Guys, mostly
singles.
That's it. Yoda Tsuji versus Yu Uemura, correct. Hair versus hair. Then we've got, Bushi versus Taka. Hiromu versus Doki. Shingo versus Taichi. Oh, fuck me. And then to cap all that off, we've got Naito versus Sonata. So that's 2 fucking awesome nights. If we add the 11th to the mix, like Kurt Angle and shit,
Yeah. I mean,
that's 3 nights. That's 3 fucking
Kojima
stacked
match.
cards of awesome. Yeah, Kojima match. That's 3 stacked cards, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's so much stuff to look forward to just this week, and coming up towards the end of the month. I'm fired up for some of that stuff. I'm interested, to see what former Dolph Ziggler, looks like in the ring versus I think him and Finley is that's a good matchup right there. Both those guys bump so hard. I think that's going to be fantastic, and I think he's going to fit like a glove. And I hope he sticks around a little bit,
Same. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be. Oh man.
You want to see these guys in like a multi-man tag too, right? You want to see these guys in preview tags because that's where you get to know the characters and get to see what they're actually like. So,
Absolutely. Now, I know we've spoken for a while and had a couple of stalls because my internet sucks, dear listeners. But we got a whole bunch of diaries. Do you want me to read one out?
Please. This is a feature on our show. You don't have to ask me. We're doing Wrestler Diaries every episode, motherfuckers.
That's right, bitch. Right. So, I thought we'd cap this episode off with episode 129 of the Diary of Yo.
Okay, these are usually winners, so I don't want to build it up too much, but Yo's are usually pretty fun.
It's called Birds and Feather, and he's got the same art picture he's always got: coffee cup, pen and paper. It's dated December 28th, 2023. Hey, it's Star. Well, today we had the annual dojo cleaning, which is held at the end of the year. And of course, I participated in it because I'm a regular member of the dojo. It took a few hours. It's got young boys there. Oh, all right.
He still is a young boy. That's what he thinks.
See, I want to see you getting brabbed in the fucking ring by Shogo.
I want Watto to do
it. With his injured leg, and he still does it. Yeah. It took a few hours for all the participants to start cleaning the dojo. So what were you doing before you started cleaning?
Fucking around.
Yeah,
they were brothering around. You get a bunch of wrestlers together. Oh my god. All the brothering that happens. It's a lot of brother.
All right. It became completely clean. A clean dojo is beautiful, isn't it? A photo of clean dojo. But they didn't take the cleaning products out of the photo, so it looks a little cluttered.
Product placement. He's getting a kickback.
Garbage Mountain is outside. Here's Kato and his broom. He's so handsome, isn't he? Yeah, and there's Kato. There he is, the young boy sweeping out the garbage. Cleaning finished, and it was a nice day. So, all right, motherfucker. Are you seriously writing a diary about cleaning duties?
Maybe he'll make it interesting,
Cleaning finished, and it was a nice day. So Komatsu decided to go to Tamagawa for a while and do some draining. So I went to the river, strolling along the river, and there's a photo of him strolling up some stairs, inch by inch, and now he's walking down some stairs. And look, there's Garbage Mountain, a stack of gigantic garbage bags, cordoned off by orange petitions. Sorry. Phew! Now that I've arrived, it's time to choose a suitable stone and start skimming. Okay, let's set up.
Oh.
Just as I was about to throw it, I saw something flying out of the sky. What the hell was that? A swan? No, but migratory birds don't come to Tamagawa. Huh? That's what the... And it is a flying Watto in a New Japan tracksuit. So... Mr. Yo is doing his own pretentious version of, is that a bird? Is it a plane? Huh? Oh. No, it's another successful year for him, and Watto's flying right over. What? Smash! Whopper. And then one of the photos shows the two sticks that Lato's holding. One of them is now between his legs, and he's flying off like a witch.
Oh, wow. He's a big Harry Potter mark, I bet.
It was a flying visit. Greetings, sadness. And that's the diary. I'm sorry, like, you know what I love? I love how there's like multiple people going, oh, fuck me. I got to do a diary again. Wonder what I'm going to do a diary about. Here's me doing a diary. I'm doing a diary. Like I said I would. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it. And here's Yo. I did cleaning today. And here's some fucking stupid photos I photoshopped of Lato flying over a river.
I mean,
done. Bish, bash, bosh. Done.
He likes life, I guess. You know?
And it was such a weird diary entry that I'm putting it up there with the rest of Yo's because it made me laugh and kind of sparked some laughter between us. He is weird.
He's always funny. And I mean, I don't really appreciate him making fun of Watto, but I am looking at these pictures right now and it's pretty fucking funny. So
yeah.
It's pretty silly.
So I'm starting to become annoyed, Mr. Guy, because I've spent so long ragging on this man, and I still do, granted. But now I'm giving him props more and more lately, and I don't know what's coming on. What's going to happen next? He's going to have a feud where he finally wins the junior title, and then just like Sonata winning the world one, I'm like, yeah, all right. Is that what's happening here? This is,
I mean, you know, he's never won Best of Super Juniors, has he? So just saying. Him versus Watto the Witch in the finals.
I hope Watto is back in time for Best of. He's not, is he?
No, probably not. But that's a shame.
They were never going to have him in 4 in a row anyway.
That was a good one, Luke.
Thank you. You're welcome. So yes, it was very photo heavy though, and at least you got to see some of the back stuff of the dojo. Like, hey, here's where we keep the garbage, boys and girls, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. He decided to have a funny diary entry for with lots of photos and shit, and maybe that's the difference between when someone in his 20s or someone in that generation is doing a diary entry, and then someone who's fucking in their 40s is going to be like, I have to write something. No, you don't. Yo, it's just like, I get this done in 5 fucking minutes. We went cleaning today, and here's some photos of Watto doing awesome flying shit. Done.
I think most of them are pretty entertaining. So, I mean, every once in a while we get a stinker, but, you know, I don't know why it's got to be some generational thing. You're like attacking the dads. For some reason.
Because a dad diary will be like, I've got a busy schedule. Like, fucking hell. Like, all right, I guess I'm doing a diary.
Whatever. Godos are the shit.
Yeah,
and he's like basically one of those guys. I mean, I really like Hanmas. You know.
You reckon now that Tanahashi's president, the first thing he did was take himself off the diary list because he's like, I'm fucking done with that diary.
He's like, that guy that translates them makes me sound like an idiot.
The dude who does New Japan World has this long-running interview series with Tanahashi anyway. You can just log in for free and just read the whole thing.
It's called Aces High.
That's it. Oh, man. He doesn't even need to write a book. It's like, here's the Aces High, Volume 1. Actually, why don't you release that? Aces High, Volume 1. I might actually... I wouldn't sit there and scroll through it all for free, but put a book in my hands, get me away from this screen, and maybe I'll crack it open and give it a look-see.
Okay.
I can't do reading on the screen, man. It's just,
yeah, it's hard. I don't like to read a book on my phone.
I like a book in my hands.
Right?
No, man. No. It doesn't feel the same without the pages and the...
I have a tablet. I could try it on a tablet. I've never tried it, you know, just because it doesn't work on a phone very well for me. Plus, I can't fucking see anymore anyway, so, you know.
That's right.
Sucks.
Pay more to make the font go bigger. That's what this app on my phone tried to do, and I was just like,
really?
fuck you, I'll just read it how it is.
I can just make the font bigger if I want, but it doesn't help. Because I
want it so there's like every word, every page is one word, and I can just say I read 1,000 pages today.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now you see how my mind works. If I feel like I'm reading more pages, my ADHD, it's like, wow, I'm getting something done. Wow, this is awesome. I'll keep going.
Trick yourself. I got you.
Yeah. Everyone needs. See, this is me at the end of. Look at Andy's face if you can see it. He's just like, wrap it up, Luke. All right. I got to piss and edit. All right. So if unless there's anything
that's what I sound like, by the way, just to let everybody know.
So, unless, hey, Star Trek now. All right. Unless Mr. Andy has anything he'd like to add. I didn't give you the space in between. It doesn't matter. In Gato, we trust.
Space in between what?
Well, in between me going, hey, you got something to say? And then me going,